Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's video. This week I have a walnut log, and here I'm removing the bark before I get it to a round, as you see here, or a semi-round, and put a faceplate on it and put it on the lathe. So as you can see, it's not perfectly round. I'm going to go pretty slow at first and just get it cleaned up and in balance. And only at about 150 RPM right here, just going pretty slow because it's such a large piece. The diameter of it really can wobble everything if you're not careful. A little bit higher here, around 250. Just again, being very careful. Stopping to adjust every so often. Using the Carter & Son bowl gouge here, my usual go-to. Some of you may wonder why I didn't cut it in an exact circle. I do have a bandsaw, but I don't have the right blade on it to be able to do that safely. So we cut it as semi-circular as possible. Still pretty out of balance here, but again, just taking my time. And adjusting the speed as I feel comfortable with. As you can see, I have the tailstock pulled up for extra support, but pretty rough turning, as you can see from the edges. Right around 330 RPM, so slowly getting up there. I do stop pretty often throughout this project just to check to make sure things are safe, making sure there's no large cracks, etc., making sure things are safe as I go. So getting there as far as round, right around 420 RPM here. Starting to make the curve down on the bottom area of the bowl. Checking cracks here, and there are some cracks, but they're not enough to worry me too much. I know I'm going to be filling those with Starbond very quickly here. But now I'm working on the bottom and the foot, just trying to flatten a piece here to see what we have to work with. Still a little bit bouncy, which is to be expected for a piece this big, and the tailstock is not pulled up anymore because I need to access that area. So flattening the bottom here with the Carter & Son skew chisel. I decided to pull the tailstock up to hopefully make this a little bit safer. And I just sharpened my skew chisel as I was showing you. I have the Robert Sorby system, which I love. It's just a great system and easier for me. I had some CBN wheels before, but I like this system better. There's a link in the description if you want to check out that system. It's a little bit of an investment, but I think it's well worth it. It's very repeatable sharpening. So making the foot and the mortise here. Tailstock is now pulled away. And working on the shape of the bowl here. Using some shear scraping, as well as push cuts. I filled an entire lawn and garden bag with shavings. This is certainly one that I wish I had a bowl corer, a bowl saver, I used to have one. I sold it because it didn't. I want to get a different brand of one that I think I will like better. So I would like to get the one-way brand. I just have not invested in it yet. But before I turn another piece of this, I definitely hope to. Showing you the diameter of the bowl here. And putting it in the 4-jaw chuck. I'm not happy with the balancing here, so I'm adjusting it a little bit. It's a little bit better there. Certainly not perfect, but with the tailstock pulled up, we're going to attempt to hollow out this beast of a bowl. Just taking some small cuts to start with, trying to kind of flatten the top there before I dig into the hollowing process. And you're getting it up to speed around 500 RPM here, and taking some pretty heavy cuts at first. Pretty safe to do with the tailstock pulled up. Big shavings coming out. It clogged up the dust collector pretty fast. And here I'm filling the cracks with some Starbond CA glue in the color brown to closely match the walnut. And hitting it with accelerator, and it looking pretty bad. But using some shear scraping to clean off the excess, Starbond works pretty good. Just the steps you have to go through. I know watching a 10-15 minute YouTube video about turning, it looks like it's easy. This is hours and hours and hours of work. I often get asked how long it takes me to complete a bowl, and that really depends. So I decided to go get a new chuck. My old chuck is very good, but I just needed something a little bit more robust and heavy duty for a bowl like this, and I'd been putting off buying a new one anyway. So that's the adapter to make it fit my lathe, and this is a one-way stronghold chuck. So just putting the adapter on there so it fits the spindle. I will link this down below. I've only turned one bowl with it so far, this one, but I think it's an amazing chuck. It was around 220 bucks, something like that. So just touching up the outside again with more shear scraping. So working on the rim here and the inside. Still have a little bit of hollowing to do, but I have the tailstock pulled up first and then not. Really need to hog out a little bit more material on the bottom and the sides. So I chose to remove the tailstock so I could get into it, and I felt pretty safe. This new chuck is working amazing. So stopping pretty often and checking with the calipers. Here I'm moving to the interior curved tool rest. I will link that down below. Really a game changer for me, and made it much safer and more enjoyable for turning bowls. Stopping again, just checking. It's easier to stop to check several times than join the funnel club. I know it looks almost done, but there's still a lot more to do. And the 10-second part of sanding here, which really takes 2 hours, maybe a little more. Just showing you a few seconds here though, after the sanding is done, and I apply some denatured alcohol to raise the fibers, clean off the dust, and then I go back and sand a little bit more before applying the sanding sealer. I ran out of my usual kind, but I did have some pre-thinned sanding sealer here from Hampshire Sheen. So I used that, and then after that had ample time to dry. You saw me there using 600 grit sandpaper to denib it, and here I am applying the Axe wood paste to the inside and outside. There's a discount code for Axe in the video description. It is very, very reasonably priced, and it is this easy to use. I know the video is sped up, but you really just buff it on and then buff it off. I used this two-step process. What you saw me using was the abrasive paste. Now I am using the second and final part, which is the polishing paste, which is, by the way, my favorite part. So again, just buffing it on. And then buffing it off. And look at the sheen it brings to the piece. It really brings it to life. Very, very happy with that. Oh, hi, YouTube. Hold on. This piece of walnut made the bowl I'm about to show you. Well, a piece very like this. It wasn't this exact piece. But as you saw at the beginning, it was just a piece of a log. Didn't look like much, but I'm going to show you the finished bowl here in a minute. I have some beauty shots coming up, and I have the contest rules coming up, so don't go anywhere. The contest is, if you write the keywords in the comments, I'm going to tell you that at the end of the video, I will mail you some Axe wood paste, no matter where in the world you are. I'll tell you those rules in just a second, but let me show you the finished piece. It measures just over 13 inches in diameter. So it's a pretty large bowl. Obviously it had some cracks that you saw me fill with Starbond CA glue. That's one of them. Here's another. A simple mortise and foot here. I still need to put my branding iron in here and seal that. But there it is. That's the finished piece. Let me know what you think down in the comments. It's a little bit too big for my head, but let's get back to the contest. If you want me to mail you that Axe wood paste, make sure to comment down below. Axe wood paste is #1. Axe wood paste is #1. Comment down below and I'll pick a random winner next week, and I will mail Axe wood paste and polishing paste to you, the winner. So without further ado, I'm going to show some beauty shots of the bowl here coming up, but don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. If you're into Patreon, you can support the channel that way. I also just qualified for super thanks. You'll see that underneath the video, and I think it's a little heart. If you want to support the channel and give a sort of one-time super thanks on a monetary amount. So don't forget to support the supporters of my channel. Those include Ariat, Total Boat, Axe Wood Paste, Glowforge, and others. They're listed, all listed down below. Starbond Adhesives is another great one. Don't forget to comment down below the keywords. And until next project next week, I will see you guys later. Peace out.